What's up, y'all? Today I'm gonna give you the story of one of my first times going to juvenile hall. I had got caught up on an attempted murder charge. The way I got off of the attempted murder charge was the victim was actually murdered. I'm trying to find a better way to say that, but I guess that's the only way you can say it. The way I beat the attempted murder charge was the victim got murdered. And I'm going to break it down to you and explain what happened, because I don't want y'all to believe what y'all think your mind already went to. So, it all started, man. I wanted a beeper, a pager for my birthday. And I got one. My mama took me to Target, and I got a pager for my birthday. I'll never forget, it was like ice blue, which basically means it was see-through, light blue. It came with the little clip case where you could pull it out and slide it back in on your hip. Real easy. And the reason why my mama got it for me was she was like, look, you be getting in trouble. I was on probation. So she was like, look, you're on probation. When I page this pager, you bring your black ass to the house. And it worked at first. You know, I used to get that page out. I ain't even got a call back. It's my mama coming home. Well, I ended up seeing my homeboy cousin, and he was a lot older than us. His man was down there grown. He had his own car and everything. Like I told you, I was like 15 at the time. I was at my homeboy Burke's house, big homie. And his big cousin, came through and he had a Snoop Dogg hockey jersey. Never forget it. It was white, had the little, you know what I'm saying, on the side, but in the middle, it had a big ass weed, and the cousin had a big weed leaf with Snoop Dogg in the middle of that. He had a gold threaded chain on with a leaf hanging from that. He had a blunt in his mouth. It was the cartoon dog, Snoop Dogg. And like, when I seen it, this was like the hardest thing to me, man. I'm like, yeah, I want that. He was like, what you got for it? My page at this time was off. So I told him, like, man, I got this page. And he was like, do it work? And I'm like, yeah, it worked. What you mean, do it work? Yeah, it worked. So I gave him the page and he gave me the jersey. A couple of days later, I'm at Burke's house, and Burke's big brother, Mike Burke, rest in peace. The dude that I was sold the pages to or traded the pages with was Tony Boykins, rest in peace. But I was over there flowing with Burke's big brother, Mike Burks. Burks is a crip. One of the dudes that put me down. Mike Burks and Tony Boykins is both G's. I believe they GD. Because in Jacksonville, the GDs on the north side of the BDs. For the most part. But they both G's. Mike tell me, like, hey man, Tony said he gonna do something to you, bro. I I'm like, what Tony gonna do something to me for? I'm thinking, cause first of all, man, I'm 15, this man like 20. What the he gonna do something to me for? I ain't did nothing to him. You know, I've been trying to holler at his sister, but I ain't did nothing to him. He like, man, he say you gave him that page and it ain't on. I'm like, it ain't on. Of course it ain't on. He ain't asked me was it on. He asked me do it work. And it worked. If you go pay the bill, what you thought I was gonna give you a page and I'm paying the bill? So at this time, I can only take what he said at face value, which is his older cousin that's from a different gang that I'm from, say he gonna do something to me. I ain't have a pew at the time, so I went and got me it. And I got that on me at all times now, cause you know, person will stay like right behind me. So anytime I'm out the house, whether I'm around the crib or opening the projects or whatever, if dude come in this area, I'm subject to run into him. And bro, you already like 6'4", 200 something pounds. Well, I'm about 5'4", 5'5", 6", maybe 140. You know what I'm saying? You playing with me. I got this on me. And if you run up on me, I'm gonna turn into Michael Myers or Jason. You just gonna hear that in the background, bro, cause hey, that's how we gonna play it. So much you can do something to me, big as you is. So this go on like 2 weeks. And I don't know if Mike just playing with me, like, dude probably said this, but Mike hyping it up every time he said, like, man, I know one time he told me, he was like, man, Tony's supposed to be over here later on. I guess he wanted to see if I was going to make up an excuse to leave, but I had hung around about another hour and a half, 2 hours. And then me and his brother just faded out to go mess with some females in the projects. But I was hanging around because I ain't want to seem like no chump. You ain't fit to punk me and have me running home. Okay, so one day, Birch called me to come over there, man. He like, man, let's smoke or something. So we come over there and we chilling, smoking, kicking, you know what I'm saying? And something happened. For some reason, it was time for me to go. I wasn't going home because Tony was coming with me. It was one of them days where I was hearing Tony was supposed to come over there. But I had been over there for hours smoking and chilling, watching TV, and you know, we just posted up outside. Because we got to smoke outside. We young, we can't, you know what I'm saying? Y'all in the house smoking. I get ready to head home. Now this is the thing about it. Burke's girlfriend babysits 2 little boys that stay next door to him. That might be what it was, but I don't know. When he go over there to mess with her in somebody else's house, it's time for me to go. What's up, y'all? So I'm headed home, but the 2 boys, like in between, I told you, Bert kind of live behind me, but it's a field that you gotta cut through, and then a ditch you gotta jump over. Well, it all depends on which side you go to. Either I can cut through people's yard, which one of these people is a police officer, that's a whole different story. Or I could just go on the other side and cut through the field and then jump over the ditch and be in like on the side of my crib. This particular day, that's what I did. As I'm walking through the field, it's all kind of kids out here playing. But 2 kids in particular is fighting. And these 2 kids are brothers. The brothers that Burke's baby mama be babysitting. Now, I used to keep the knife in my belt. Like how you would stuff a pew down there. I used to have the belt on tight so I could just, if I have to, I'll lift up my shirt and come with it. I ain't had no knife holster or whatever, you know what I'm saying? This is a steak knife I got. So, me being a good Samaritan, I see these brothers over here fighting. And I just walk up and I grab one of them around like under his arms. And I swing him back to this way to get him away from his brother. They both already hollering, so I'm not noticing no extra hollering. I swing him like behind me. And I push the little brother with my other hand like, man, y'all quit fighting, man. Y'all brothers. I don't stay around for nothing. Boom. I take it to the house. I go in the house. I'm chilling in the house. I'm back there in the room rolling up the blunt. I've been here for a minute. Probably about 20, 30 minutes. I heard a ring at the doorbell. I heard the doorbell ring. So I cracked my bedroom door and I'm leaving trying to see what's going on up front. I don't know what reason I didn't just walk up there and see. But I heard the police like, yeah, this is Jacksonville Police Department. By any chance, you got a son named Philip down? And she like, yeah. Like, well, what's going on? He like, well, man, right, we don't know the extent of everything. My partner and them is still talking to the lady over here on the next street over. But it's looking like he's gonna be charged with attempted murder. I'm like, what the hell, bro? I looked at my bedroom window and I'm thinking, bro, dive out that window and keep it pushing. You got to get out that window and just keep it pushing. While I'm sitting here thinking and debating on it, my mama opened my bedroom door like, hey, hold this up there, won't you? Like, damn. So I get up there and I'm talking to the police and they like, yeah, they like, first of all, you got the right to remain silent, bam. So they put me in handcuffs. And then they like, okay, let us ask you a couple questions right quick. Do you know these two little white boys over here? And I'm like, yeah. And they like, what happened with them earlier today? When you got into it with them? I'm like, I ain't getting into it with them. Like, what you mean? I said, man, I was leaving my homeboy house and they was out there in the field fighting. I said, all the kids was out there playing, but they was fighting. And I know them and I didn't want to see two brothers fighting, so I just broke them up and came on home. He like, well, that's not the story they mama giving us. And her son got a laceration above the waist about this long. Well, he said you cut him with a knife. Do you carry a knife? And I'm like, yeah. They're like, can we see it? So they see it, they measure it. They like, yeah, this is considered a deadly weapon because this is the blade over 3 inches long. So they like, why you cut him? I'm like, man, I didn't cut him. I said, man, like I told you, they was fighting. I broke them up. I grabbed one brother and I swung him behind me. I pushed the other brother off and wouldn't let him to him and told them they were brothers, they don't need to be fighting. He was like, so you ain't noticed the boy was crying and all this and that? I said, man, they was crying. Both of them were crying when I got to him. They like, all right. So I came back around there. The mama was like, yeah, that's him. This is what I'm tripping on. She wasn't even out there with the kids when none of this happened. She was in the house. You couldn't see what happened. You got to come out your house, and your house is sideways. Like my homeboy house, you could probably look out the front door and see that field. Her house is sideways, facing his house. So you have to actually come out your house, turn sideways, walk down the length of your house, cross the street, and then step over a little bit to see this field where your kids was at. I sat in jail, man, probably about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. My mama come to visit me, bring me socks and drawers. That's all she could bring me. Ain't no commissary and juvenile. But like, this is how I knew my mom was a real nigga. When she used to visit me, she used to have Skittles and M&Ms in her pocket. and she'd be tapping me on my hand under the table. And I open up my hand, and she'd hand me the Skittles and shit. And I play it off like I'm coughing or something. And we drop the Skittles and M&M's in my mouth like that. One motherfucker, then some kids in the jail and shit. Little country band, little light country band. One day, you gotta realize I'm 15, I gang banging all this, but my age, we might pistol play sometime, but we ain't told pistols every day. We not trying to every day, you know what I'm saying? We not facing life or death situations every day. It's just when we all meet up after the event, everybody there, and people want to get ignorant, we get to beefing, and then a strap will come out the cars, and somebody might have something on their waist, and we get to blowing. We duck behind and busting back and all this and that, and then we gonna get on down. They got me in jail with dudes, man, they older than these dudes, 17, 18, they going through it out here. These dudes got tattoos in their face, big ass teardrops and shit. I remember one dude, I don't remember if this nigga was really tough or nothing like that, but I remember they called him BA. I seen him in jail, but I ain't never seen him do shit in jail. Everybody called him BA. He had long hair, you used to have her hair braided up and whatnot. Then all of a sudden, while we were young, you ain't had nobody braid his hair. He had a teardrop on his face. He's probably about 17, 18. I was in the cell with a tall BD named Ooh-Wee from the north side, North Little Rock. And dude was a real dude. He used to put me up on game and shit. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't up on no bullshit. He didn't seem like a bullshit individual. Later on, when I got out, and I got a couple years under my belt, I got to run it in the Ooh-Wee in the streets. And I found out he was a real nigga. He had got some notoriety and some respect out in the streets, and he was a real nigga. Like I say, BA, that dude, I seen him later on back in jail, in the county jail, when I caught my aggravated robbery charge. But I never seen him pop nothing off or do nothing in the county jail. I don't know what he was doing in the streets. In the streets, you more prone to do something. You got all your boys with you, not your pistols and your weaponry with you. In the county jail, usually it's only gonna be a few of your homies if you got any of them, and you're gonna be using your hands. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't ending up to come with them hands, then it ain't gonna be nothing. BA, the one used to have me there doing push-ups, not BA, Ooh-Wee. He had me there doing push-ups and telling everybody, you gotta take care of your body and all this and that. One day, the bailiff them come back there, and they telling me, they're like, hey man, we're gonna come get you in a minute, man, get ready for release. I'm like, release where I'm going? He's like, you going home? I ain't, you know what I'm saying? They didn't tell me right then why I was going home. But they came back when they were coming to get me. It's funny because I remember the clothes I had on and everything. I had a polo shirt. It had the blue collar and the blue trim on it. The background was blue, but it was like different colors all over because they had a bunch of horses. Like pictures of horses with the jockeys on them. Not just a silhouette. Like one dude, the horse would have like a green thing with a number on it, the other one have a red, the other one have a purple, whatever. And then they had their color clothes on. And this was all over the shirt. I had some tan shorts and some navy blue beaters with the tan sole on them. I'm trying to see if I can see the truck stop. You guys can see it. come and let me out. Tell me, they would take me up front to my mama. My mama waiting on me already. And they tell me the reason why I done beat my attempted murder charge is because Lil Buddy and his brother had been murdered. What's up with it? They telling me that Lil Buddy and his brother had been murdered. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm glad that first thing I started thinking was like some mob shit. Now the witness didn't get killed. But I'm like, man, I'm glad they don't think I had nothing to do with it. So when I get to my mama, she telling me, she like, nah, it was all over the news. The babysitter, and I'm like, my homeboy girl babysitting them. But she was like, the babysitter drowned them kids in the bathtub. Like, one at a time, held them under the water. I don't know why. This was like a young white girl that did it. Apparently, after they got cut, they didn't want the nigga who cut them, homeboy, girlfriend, babysitting kids. So they went and got this white girl, you know what I'm saying? I think she was like, she was a little older than us. But I don't think she was like a grown ass woman. But they say she had got high with something, and she took them kids one by one. It was 3 kids. She killed the oldest 2. One of them was a baby. And I don't remember what she did to the baby, but she didn't kill him. But the 2 boys, it was like 9 and 7. She took them in the bathroom one by one and held them under the water. That's how I beat the attempted murder charge. I know it's messed up. You ain't gotta tell me. I know it's messed up. I'll be thinking about that to this day. Like, yesterday I was trying to look it up. Because I ain't, you know what I'm saying? It's imperative that I be letting everybody know that I don't jump on here and make stuff up and then be cappy. So I was looking for the store to see if I could find it. But I was driving, so I'm just sitting hitting the Google search. And I'm like, babysitter kills kids in Jacksonville, Arkansas in the 90s. Because I can't remember exactly when. Well, I could probably look it up. Whatever I was trying to do, but they kept telling me about things that were going on recently. So I probably have to wait till I can just stop this truck and get deep into it and find the article where it'll tell you that the woman drowned the kids. And I know the year is going to reflect me being about 15, 16. I ain't caught that murder charge. I was a juvenile, so I can't go look up the charges and things. I probably could because it's my charge. But that's just going too far. I had to go all the way back to Arkansas and go to the courthouse, and they still might look at me funny like, dude, you ain't finna be, juvenile, right? Next time I go to the courthouse, I'm gonna try to change my name. In about an hour, just over an hour, I'm gonna be in the vicinity of where I'm going. It's been 18 and a half hour journey. But my delivery ain't till in the morning. So after I get me something to eat and chill for a second, man, I bought me 5 movies today. Before I start watching movies and eating, you know what I'm saying? Well, I'm gonna eat first. I ain't gonna let y'all come through and get no food. But I'll put a movie on for you. I might get back on here and tell another story. I'm trying to think. If I could come up with something right now that'll be short, then I'm gonna give y'all something right now. You know what I'm gonna give you a double up. It was something I said earlier when I was like, oh, when I was talking about the police. It was a police officer, I don't know his last name, but his name was Chris, he used to stay behind me. Dude was young and black, he probably like 28, 29. And for some reason, I didn't realize it then, but I recognized what he was doing now. Dude used to always want to prove to us that he was cool, that he was down, that he wasn't all the way police. And he was a dirty cop. If he wasn't a dirty cop, then he used to just lie to us and make it seem like he was. But dude called us over there. He stayed behind me, but he stayed in front of Burke's, like their houses faced each other. The field was on the side of his house. The ditch was like behind him. Dude would always call us over to his police car. He'd have it parked in the yard, his regular car or whatever be in the driveway. But he'd call us to the trunk of the police car, and he'd pop it and he'd be like, look what I got. And he'll always tell her, yeah, I pulled this motherfucker over today. And I saw this and told her she gonna give me that, I'll let you go. Man. I just seen a truck, it was mangled up. Yeah, dude would show us like speakers, guns, greenery, you know what I'm saying? Dude used to give us the weed and shit like, yo, I pulled the motherfucker over with this, I know y'all smoke it, y'all can have it. Sometimes he'll have hard drugs, he wouldn't give us the hard drugs, you know what I'm saying? No white stuff, none of that. But he'll be telling us, he's like, yo, man, I pulled dude over, man, and seen this in the car. I found he had the gun on, I told him, I'll tell you what. This is what we gonna do. What gun? Dude be like, shit, what gun? He be like, exactly, go about your business. He'll catch a dude with something and be like, man, pop that trunk. Oh, yeah, you got some weed, huh? Well, I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this weed, and I'm gonna take these speakers. And you going about your business. Like, dude used to give us all kind of stuff, bro. That he used to take, he say he used to take from people. Well, I'm gonna say he was taking it from them because if not, why would you just give it away for free? But dude did that shit, man. He eventually ended up moving. I don't know if he ever got caught up in no bull stuff or none of that. I don't even think he was a Jacksonville police officer because I never seen dude riding around in the city, and if we knew who the police was, Jacksonville, Arkansas ain't a big town. Thing is, it's connected to North Little Rock, which is a major city. So we be in and out of Jacksonville, North Little Rock, Pine Bluff, Conway, all these places to the point where it don't seem like Jacksonville is a small town because those other cities also be in Jacksonville. You seeing people that don't live here all the time, you know what I'm saying, things is going down. We had a skating rink in Jacksonville. And it was part of skate culture, like people would come from all over the state every Sunday to Jacksonville, Arkansas. And the skating rink would be packed. So we was always kicking it down there. We'd kick it out to school. We'd go to the skating rink on Friday. It'd be jumping at the, you know what I'm saying, with school people. Then on a Saturday night, the next day, oh, it's going down. Then you got junior high school, grown folks, everybody with the skate cliques and crews, you know what I'm saying? We in this thing, party every week. That was like the club for people who were too young to get in the club. I I'm surprised they didn't have an age limit on. The only reason why they didn't, probably because they wasn't serving no alcohol. But when you come about that skating rink, that's a lot of time when we used to get into it with folks. Jacksonville gonna ride like Conway, Pine Bluff, come down and give me some shit, nigga. Jacksonville gonna ride. And then the next night we back into it with each other. That's part of the reason why I be telling folks like, man, look here, man. Ain't none of this shit working. Why the hell we beef with people we growing up with, bro? You gonna get older, you gonna see the same folks in Walmart. You know what I'm saying? You beefing with a dude, then you pull up at McDonald's and he in there on the grill making your food. Shit don't make sense. But that's how we're going down, that's how we're happening, man. So, always remember, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, and today is a gift. That's why we call it the present. Well, have a good day.